Making our way to the 3 connected mountains of the Seward Range. Camped out here last night. It's about 7:30, and it's probably one of the nicest Adirondack entry trails ever. Like, this is way smoother than Calamity Brook and several of the others that I can think of. All right, beginning the ascent up Seward. From my understanding, this is pretty gradual at first. Well, it already is, telling by hiking it, but I believe the first mile is about 800 feet elevation gain, and then the second is like 1600, so that's gonna be pretty brutal. But yeah, not too bad so far. Well, this was super nice and easy at first, and then, as is typically predictable, it reverted back to being a herd path, which, if you're not familiar with these, they're kind of unofficial trails, but official trails. It's a really weird situation. They're not formally maintained by the DEC, but the DEC is obviously aware of them and all of that. I'm not exactly too sure why they don't maintain them. I don't know if it's a funding thing, a tradition thing, I really don't know. But as you can tell, there's a ton of mud, roots everywhere, rocks everywhere, so pretty typical as to what you're going to encounter, and your pace going through this sort of stuff is going to go down. What's absolutely hilarious, they don't actually have one on the side of the herd path because it's a herd path, is that there's signage that says no bicycles allowed when you first get in here. And I have no idea what kind of bicycle you would ride to get through this. All right, it's a gorgeous trail, or, you know, gorgeous area and all that so far, but this mud, I mean, we haven't had rain in quite some time, and, you know, we're trying our best here to, you know, go through stuff, you know, to combat trail erosion and stuff like this, but this is one of those cases where, I mean, there's no trail left to a road. So this is kind of starting to rival Cliff, honestly, in terms of mud. All right, so we're just at about the halfway mark up the herd path up Seward, and this is going to be where the fun begins. So this is about 1,600 feet of elevation gain in a little less than a mile. So here we go. I have so much respect for people that do FKTs and stuff like that. I have no idea how you would even really speed up going through this herd path, and any of these herd paths, really. But, you know, obviously I'm appreciative there's a trail up it, and it definitely provides a fun challenge and all that, but man, I'll tell you, if you're fighting for time, whew, it's really tough in the herd path. All right, so this is one of those statistics now that can really kind of eat you mentally, but as long as you keep hiking, you're good. This is about half a mile to the summit, which, okay, doesn't sound bad, except there's 1,000 feet to climb. So, yep, so it's pretty much going to be just kind of direct-ish the entire way here, but as long as you keep hiking, you're good. You know, you don't have to run up it, especially if you plan everything out reasonably. That was fun, and I'm not being sarcastic either. I've gotten to the point in where I'm at with the high peaks that I actually enjoy these ledgy scrambles like this. It's a challenge that has me smiling the entire time. Going down it's still a little spooky, but going up these are quite fun. All right, still slowly making our way up, and I mean slowly. We are on bedrock, as you can see, and we've been on bedrock for quite some time here. Some of these spots where there's water flowing over it and like plant life growing on it, almost like some algae or something, they can be pretty slick, so always want to be careful with that. But thankfully there's a lot of handholds up here, so it's not too sketchy. All right, right around the corner is the summit. Man, this took a lot of time. This is definitely one of the more challenging ones I've been up, I think. All right, I believe This is the last thingamabobber. I believe the summit's right there. All right, I think this might be it. Oh, every time I think it's it, it's not. All right, it's not. All right, right up this is the summit of Seward after getting punked about 12 times by the mountain. Well, not really 12 times, but 37 to 46, Seward. All right, so on the way down Seward, heading over to Donaldson now. I think we only dropped like 400 feet, which is nice, but it's still kind of that rougher, really narrow, awkward trail, so not going to exactly be very quick. All right, if I'm not mistaken, that is Donaldson right there and Emmons over there, and then a spicy decline right here. All right, we're making our way up Donaldson here. The Calkins Brook Trail branch off, which we're going to take down, is right around the corner here. And as you can tell, this is quite the slab. Great view of Seymour, or Seward back there. I got my S's mixed up. Almost to the summit of Donaldson here. All right, the sign is missing, but we have confirmed that this is 38 to 46 Donaldson. And there is Cooksacrogga right there. You devil. Well, folks, you're never going to believe this, but more mud. We're making our way between Donaldson and Emmons right now. And mud situation is worse, but the trail itself is a lot better, I'd say. But yeah, there's just not much of an avoidance here. Let's see. Hope this isn't too deep. If not, we may have to abandon ship. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna have to go around. There's not any trail left to erode here. All right, on the ascent up Emmons, it's about 250 feet up it. The part that's kind of going to suck is when we turn around, we'll have to do about 400 feet up, back up Donaldson. But we'll make it. We're almost there. All right, a little hurdle here to make it interesting. And we'll be at 39 to 46 Emmons. And we'll be going down Calkins Brook and refilling our bladders there. She'll be very welcomed because we're cutting it really close on water today. There it is, number 39 to 46 Emmons. And again, since this is a herd path, you got the sign right here. So we'll get you guys a shot of the overlook on the way out. We're just gonna get something to eat real quick. And thanks for coming along, and hope to see you on the next one.